smile with that.
Yeah, got to. It's senior year coming to a close. I feel like we accomplished, all of our goals except for the bowl game, and feel really proud to leave the program as it is in Coach Jones' hands.
Nice to get that pressure tonight on the Kentucky backfield there. Talk about that and the sacks. It was big for you guys.
Corey Miller had a heck of a week of practice. He knew he was going to be able to come in and make some plays tonight against their offensive line, and he did it. And it was just impressive to watch him do it and to help him any way I could.
Dan, what memories do you take from this program?
The South Carolina victory, this victory, just getting to spend time with all my teammates too, seeing the different guys that went to the NFL, and just being around those guys. The ball walk, running through the tee, those memories will never leave.
Do you feel that you're a part of something that's building for the future?
Yeah, I do. Coach Jones was mentioning to us seniors of the victories that, we really go unnoticed throughout the year. Like the APR, for one thing, we're on a verge of, missing a bowl game next year. And you just had all the guys buy in to really the best semester they had since I've been here, I think, in the history. Little victories like the South Carolina game. And, you think about it, we were 2 plays away from 7-5, and both those plays were overturned. So I feel pretty proud leaving the program as it is.
Dan, is there any way to describe the emotions walking off that field tonight, knowing that this was the last one?
I don't know how to describe it. I didn't know I was going to get choked up coming off the field, but I did, and I'm gonna miss every single guy in the room, all the coaches, the managers that they really don't get the recognition that they deserve. But I'm gonna miss it.
Anything else for Dan?
Dan, a couple of years ago, last time Tennessee came up here, obviously there was maybe not the program's best day, and y'all didn't have a lot to play for today. It still kind of came out and played well. Did you know all week that it was going to be like this? Could you tell that this was going to be a different kind of team?
Oh, we did. On film, we'd seen them practice hard or play hard, and they're not the most talented team, but you could tell that they were, their receivers would come off and block the corners on every play, down 50 or whatever, they would still come out and play hard. And so we knew that, and we were able to prepare for it this week. We knew that we'd probably have to put our hands team on the field. Those guys went out and executed, made it able for us to win.
Dan, you've been through the off seasons. What's your message to the younger guys as they head into the off season with more time to play?
Just hit the weight room. It's with Coach Lawson and finally getting in a program that's consistent. The value of that can be undervalued, and they've got to be able to work through December because we cost them 15 practices, and so they've got to get in there and try to earn back those 15 practices some way, and they will. I think on Monday, we've already got a workout set up with them, getting back into the groove.
Dan, going back to when you were recruited, there were some thought process of whether to take you or not because of the past.
Right.
Took a chance on a kid and to do what you've done. What's that mean? Looking back at all that happened.
I think I've just said basically my way of saying thank you to the people who took a chance on me, that gave me the opportunity to succeed. It was the hard thing to do. I think what a lot of people don't know is, Fulmer actually stopped recruiting me because of the situation. And so, as a Tennessee boy, you're talking about having your heart ripped out when Coach Fulmer won't return your phone calls or Dan Brooks won't return your phone calls. And so with Kiffin coming in, I can't explain to you the joy I felt being able to know that I was going to be able to wear the orange, wear the T on the helmet. And so even though he's gone, I still owe him thank you for taking that chance on me.
Dan, do you think the younger players, the younger defensive linemen, understand what they've got to grow into over the course of the next 9 months before they play again? I know they played a little bit, but do you think those guys get what really this league is about, what you got to do in the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, and I think they do. And even if they don't, Coach Tripp, I'm sure, will rip them enough to where they do know. But no, I feel extremely confident leaving it to those guys. Seeing Greg Clark, the way he's progressed, and I was talking to Coach Thompson, I guess it was 2 weeks ago. Greg Clark was one of the ones that if he would have stayed, Coach Thompson was going to cut him in May. And, you know, seeing the way he's played through it this year, I've been really impressed, and I can't wait to see him play next year.